Have you ever wondered if it's possible to have more mental strength, mental and emotional resilience, along with having a sense of adventure, action, colliding with advocacy and awareness, all these things in your life? It is possible, and I'm going to help you today on this updated bookstore tour. This content, this channel is here for your inspirational wellness of mind, your mental thoughts, your mental struggles, your mental battles, along with your body, your health, and your spiritual health, because they work together in synergy. I am Nurse Ann. I'm a certified emergency and mental health registered nurse on the front lines for many years and still going. And this channel, as I said, is here for your inspirational wellness. So let's jump into the action and adventure and see how it collides with advocacy and awareness, along with helping you with creativity, breaking out of boxes of limitations, so much more. So the first thing we're going to jump into on the updated bookstore tour is the fictional drama. I'm a nurse on the front lines of mental health and emergency, and in my free time as a busy nurse, I created this 6-part drama series. It highlights the different struggles that we see in emergency and mental health, that you see in your own thought mind battles in your own life, those that you take care of. Each highlights a different struggle, one or two different struggles that people are going through on the front lines. You also follow the frontline workers throughout as they deal with their own relationship drama and their own inner thought battles. But to make it almost free and easier, I put it in one book. It's the Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition by Nurse Ann, that's me. You get to ride along with the frontline workers rescuing those in crisis of mental, physical, and spiritual. But the shifts are 24/7, so you have to buckle up. It is a compelling ride. It's filled with lots of action, danger, suspense, romance, faith, and inspiration. And also, we don't always have time to read, and to make it more exciting, I had it made into an audiobook narrated by Drama Simpson. This is what it looks like on Audible and iTunes. He brought it to life with action noises, siren noises, different character voices. The Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition by Nurse Ann, Audible and iTunes. Check it out. You're going to feel like you're right there riding along with this action adventure that collides with advocacy and awareness. That's what this channel is all about. So we'll go over each of the 6-part stories as soon as we jump into the 7 devotionals that are there to help you with your mental resilience, your mental strength, breaking out of boxes, your authenticity, growing your faith in your spiritual walk, along with health of body, mind, and spirit. So just released is the Mental Strength Devotional by Nurse Ann. And there is a link below at nurseann.com. That's Ann with an E. I wrote this to help you we're going to do 31 days of focus to grow your mental wellness and resilience. In this one, we talk about, on the 31 chapters, we start off with amygdala anxiety. Have you ever had that amygdala and that anxiety attack? We're going to get some tips on how to strengthen that resilience. And a great verse that inspired me with this one was Philippians 4, reminding us that we don't have to be anxious about anything. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, we can let our life and our requests be made known to God. And the promise we're given after we do that, even though we might still have trauma and worries and stress, but we're promised that we can have the peace of God, and it surpasses all understanding, that guards our hearts and minds. And sometimes we wonder, how could you possibly have that peace in the midst of all your life stress and turmoil? Get a drink of water and then we'll tell you. Drinking water all day is so healthy for your brain cells, your body cells. Don't you want healthy cells? But back to having peace in the midst of chaos and turmoil. I like this promise because I've seen it so many times in my own life. Let me know in the comments if you've had peace that past understanding, you didn't understand why you could walk through your troubles with a sense of peace. But it is that promise when we put our focus on God and bring our requests, and also be thankful. So that is the first chapter, amygdala anxiety. And then we talk about our authority, how to control our thoughts and take authority. That's so important. We have to take control of our thoughts so that they don't take control of our own minds and our lives. And then this is really important. Chapter 3, we talk about authenticity versus cognitive dissonance. What is cognitive dissonance? Let's jump into that chapter really quick and read a snippet. But what cognitive dissonance is, it's a psychological state of discomfort that occurs when someone holds conflicting beliefs, values, and attitudes. It can also refer to the tension that arises when a person's actions don't align with their beliefs. And sometimes to reduce cognitive dissonance, people might just change their beliefs, justify or rationalize their actions, ignore conflicting information, avoid conversations and situations that challenge their beliefs, or you can be your authentic self. Authenticity, your authenticity is so beautiful. And in this channel, this content, we get into that heavily in the devotionals and the podcast, the videos, because I want that for you. It's so hard sometimes to break out of boxes, limitations, self-imposed, others imposed, society imposed limitations where we feel stuck. We can't break into our true self and our creative endeavors. But I want you to get past that. Chapter 4 in the Mental Strength Devotional, we talk about breaking out of boxes. There's a lot of videos I did on that, along with your mental resilience. We also talk about brain strength, brain foods, criticism as fuel for growth. That is possible, to not get stuck in getting down on yourself when you're criticized, but use that as fuel for your exponential growth. We talk about your circle of friends, how that influences how you think and act, having contentment, collaboration, and brainstorming with others. That also helps our mental strength. Dopamine cycles, those are so important. The chemicals in our brain and our body, our dopamine cycles, serotonin, all the chemicals working together. A lot of times that's how we make our decisions on relationships, just quick, impulsive reactions to situations without learning how those chemicals are working and learning how to harness that. Emotional intelligence, that is so important. Forgiveness, gratitude, introspection, letting go, mind blocks. Also getting into mindfulness, mental strongholds, and how we can break out of that. Our mindset, how we think, is so important. Then I like this term that we talk about, neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to rewire, create those new circuits and pathways, even in response to injury, diagnosis, ways that we feel limited. Prayer, how that can help change our mindset and center us and ground us. Our purpose, your purpose in life is so important. Having resilience, how scripture helps us, that is the foundation. We talk about sharing, our mentoring, sharing what we know with others and them sharing with us. And this in T, trauma healing and trauma bonds. That is so important for you to learn about, because a lot of times we don't even realize we have trauma from our childhood, even just as we went in life, that we need to deal with to have healthy relationships with ourselves and with others. Trauma bonds, learning how to work and getting over those, so we don't just making quick relationship decisions that aren't always healthy for us. We talk about victory. We talk about having a sense of wonder, and we wrap it up with your wellness for your brain, which infuses into your body, mind, and spirit. So once again, that's Mental Strength Devotional by Nurse Ann. It's a 31-day focus for growing your mental wellness and resilience. So that was just released. That is the latest. And then right before that, I released your Everyday Legacy Poetry Devotional by Nurse Ann to help you splash impactful transformation as you go. Because you know what? Your life legacy, our life legacy, it isn't just for the future. It's for everyday encounters. And we start this off with a poem that I wrote about transformation. We also talk about your impact on the world, kindness, your legacy of integrity, advocacy, advocating for others, your legacy of wisdom, your legacy of helping others win. That is so important. Truth-telling, gaining more self-worth, being a peacemaker, but with boundaries. Don't you want to learn that? your legacy of authenticity. There it is again. Your legacy of overcoming those struggles in life, mind battles, habits, compulsions, addictions, overcoming that, your legacy. Releasing your gifts, your leadership by example and service. And your healing of body, mind, and spirit. And we wrap it up with your faith walk, even amidst doubts. We all have doubts in life, but we're going to talk about how to strengthen our life, our mind, our faith, and leave that legacy as we go. So your everyday legacy poetry devotional by Nurse Ann. I want you to have that transformation. And on the website at nurseann.com, there is a link. You can see below how to get there, but there's a tab for your mental wellness, your legacy, leaving a legacy. A new tab is your life transformation. There's also a nurse's station, healthy eating. There's a lot of tabs that you will be, relationships, boundaries, so much more, and just a lot of creativity for you to learn. But let's go on to the next devotional, and then we'll get in soon to the published fictional drama. Get a drink of water. Before that was the Ignite Life Poetry Devotional by Nurse Ann. This one is to spill your passion to ignite healing and blessing for all. I included a lot of serious life stories and struggles in a poem format, and then a devotional to help us see what you go through, see what people go through in the world. We talk about self-esteem, abuse, human trafficking, strangers from different places that we can get to know, being homeless, people being homeless and surviving on the street, trapped in memories. We even talk about memory struggles. There's so much more. I talk about your turn, teaching you how to release your own creative, authentic gifts and not hold back. That is the Ignite Life Poetry Devotional by Nurse Ann. Link in the website on the store tab. And a lot of people gravitate to this one because it's your mental healing poetry devotional. This was when I first started my attempt at spoken word. I put it in the poem format and then a devotional to help us look into, introspect, figure out how we can deal with these situations. And my first endeavor was Screams of Shame, talking about how shame affects our life and how God even helps us deal with that. The second one is Sheep Among Wolves. We talk about someone alone on the street, a young lady alone on the street, battling frightening hallucinations, attempting to take over her mind while trying to fend off ravenous predatory wolves. We talk about depression, addiction, anxiety, having freedom. We talk about quietness and peace. There's so much more. And the mental healing poetry devotional, discussing those life challenges along with God-ordained courage and that healing so we can turn away from mindsets controlled by fear. Mental healing poetry devotional by Nurse Ann. And then the next one is Inspiration Battles Devotional by Nurse Ann. It's biblical medicine for real life, along with soul searching with a dose of encouragement. Because we know the battle to stay inspired can seem overwhelming at times. So we're going to get past that, have some inspiration on the Inspiration Battles Devotional. This channel is definitely here for your inspirational wellness, along with that motivation. And the next one is Energize Health for body, mind, and spirit. It's a lifestyle devotional that helps us with our health of body, mind, and spirit to propel your total health. Let's get started. Energize Health by Nurse Ann. And the last devotional, which was actually the first one that I did, was so much fun to do, and it's very unique and interesting. It's Word Puzzles Devotional. What I did is I found interesting, different, unique words, and I linked it to our everyday life and inner thought struggles, along with biblical prescriptions, so you can get your dose, overcome and thrive, hope and new light for your life journey. You know what else is in this book? Medicine for your soul. Do you need soul medicine? I know we all do. Word Puzzles Devotional. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into the different 6-part fictional drama series to give you a highlight what each book is about. They are in individual short story books, but as I said, just get it in this one book, The Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition, because it's one big story. It's the complete season, and I call it a season because these 6 stories in that complete season was written to be a television drama and or web series with your help. So book 1, which is all in the main book, the Mental Files First 6 Stories edition, but the first story is Sheep Among Wolves. You're going to ride along with caseworker Lita and Officer Leon as they try to convince the man hovered on the edge of the bridge not to do the unthinkable. We talk about depression, relapse, addiction, and also can they rescue the naive young lady whose mind is being ravaged by frightening hallucinations. Will the paranoid Julie trust the caseworker and nurses, or will the confused little lamb listen to her so-called boyfriend that she met at the bus stop? And does the lonely caseworker fall for the handsome officer in spite of the nagging red flags? Will she rely on faith or feelings? Join the frontline workers as they battle forces of darkness, seen and unseen. As I said, the ships are 24/7. Buckle up for this compelling ride filled with suspense, danger, action, romance, faith, and inspiration, leading you into book 2, which is The Mental Files, Dr. John Doe. Why is the elderly man running in traffic screaming he's a doctor? You're going to follow the officer, caseworker, nurses, and the new ride-along from the street to the health care system. We talk about memory struggles in here. And will Leon and Lita take their relationship to the next level? You'll just have to find out. Mental health struggles, thought strongholds, rage in this ongoing drama. What role does God play in the outcome? The shifts are 24/7. Buckle up. Dr. John Doe. The next one is a tent under the bridge. We really get into homelessness, what people are dealing with, also more mind and thought battles. And we're going to find out if the homeless woman will let the frontline workers help her find a safer life. And can the new paramedic handle the trauma and drama? Why did Julie run away again? Why? And will the caseworker be able to trust the handsome officer again? Relationship and romance drama in here. So you're going to find out more about homelessness, how the frontline workers, the church, the community help, how there's also people in situations that don't want to help because they want to stay in their comfortable status quo lives. Next is the Mental Files Defenders of the Week, where you get to ride along in the continuing drama series as the frontline workers attempt to rescue those in crisis. Can Chandra break out of her paralyzing fear and anxiety, stop allowing the bullies to take over her existence and place her in danger? Have you ever dealt with bullies? Do you see other people bullying? I hope you're able to stand up and help people through that. Will she be able to help the stranger with a similar struggle, or will the opposition take them both down? Will the frontline workers project to help the less fortunate be thwarted by the community who don't want their comfort disturbed? Is the opposition willing to place others in danger to keep their status quo? Strongholds to be broken, a God who is able. The shifts are 24/7. Buckle up for this bumpy ride. And that's the Mental Files Defenders of the Week. We talk about mind battles, people getting bullied, people living in anxiety, and how they help each other overcome that. And second to the last is Ready, Willing, and Able. You're going to ride along once again with the frontline workers on the continuing drama as they discover that problems exist in every type of household, for richer or poor, and sometimes the unlikeliest of people can be the actual heroes. Abilities triumph over a spectrum of doubt. We really also get into autism, the spectrum, disabilities, and how people, no matter what your limitation is or anyone's limitation, that you can also shine with your own unique, innate talents and also work on developing those. And I've seen in my own life and career, and I'm sure you have, that even if someone is struggling with a disability, they can actually be the hero in a lot of situations. Also, will the young paramedic make wise or hasty relationship decision? Do you make wise or hasty relationship decision? That also goes back to what we talked about, is our trauma bonds, trauma healing, mental strength, emotional intelligence. Why does the mental health nurse get sent to the emergency room? Can the community and church finally accept the so-called different people in their midst? And that is the Mental Files Ready, Willing, and Able. And then we wrap it up with the season finale is the mental falls out of control. One more won't hurt. Or will it? When does the seemingly harmless fun cross into the realm of out of control? How about in your own life? When does the seemingly harmless fun cross into a realm of out of control? Placing others in danger. Does the entitled patient comply with his treatment, or will he make the frontline workers pay? Will the big event get canceled due to the officer's mistake? Can he be forgiven, given the benefit of the doubt? What will reign? New beginnings or old habits? What's going to reign in your life? New beginnings or old habits? So once again, this was the updated bookstore tour, nurseann.com. You can see that below. And at the website, it's there for your inspirational wellness of body, mind, and spirit. Please today leave your comments, follow, like, share this. I hope you have a blessed day. See you over there. Have a great day.